March Madness is one of the most magical times of the year. It's where Cinderella stories are written, where dreams are made and broken, and where history is made. And on March 16th, 2018 in Charlotte, North Carolina, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County shocked the world and made history. Let's talk about college basketball's biggest upset ever. The NCAA Tournament is set up with a few play-in games and a main pool of 64 teams. 4 brackets, 16 teams in each. The 16 seed plays the 1 seed, the 15 and the 2, and so on and so forth. Up to this point, less than 10 15 seeds had upset a 2, and a 16 seed had never been a number 1. 16 seeds were actually 0 and 135 to be exact. In 2018, Virginia was 31-2 and not only the number 1 seed in their region, but for the entire tournament. UMBC, however, was a scrappy 24-10 team that won their conference tournament in the final seconds, securing the Retrievers a spot in March Madness as a sad puppy 16 seed against the domineering Cavaliers. The Retrievers were 20-point underdogs going into the game. Fitting, I know. Virginia had one of the best defenses in the country, and the first half of the game was no different. But what was surprising was how well UMBC's defense played too. They didn't let UVA get out to a big lead at all. In fact, there were multiple lead changes throughout the first half, and after the first 20 minutes, the schools were tied at 21. If I'm Tony Bennett in the locker room at halftime, I'm like, okay guys, let's stop playing with our food and crush these guys. Well, I'm sure UMBC was feeling pretty awesome about their performance thus far. The second half, the Retrievers kept riding high. They opened up with a 7-2 run before Virginia had to call a timeout. Then UMBC went on multiple runs, extending their lead over the Cavaliers. With less than 2 minutes left, UVA was down by double digits and gave up their biggest second half of the year. The Retrievers scored 53 points in the last 20 minutes and beat UVA 74-54. That's the crazy thing. This wasn't a buzzer beater. It was an ass whooping. In 2 hours, the universe had completely shifted. UMBC lived a real-life David versus Goliath story. They had done something that had never been done before, and now they're referenced every year at March Madness. UMBC will go down in history, and so will Virginia on the other side. But because Goliath lost in 2018, Virginia took that loss and that pain to come back in 2019, and they won it all.